Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Tubasi here with another video, and today I thought I would give another wrap up of like my week. There'll be two entries that I'll make right after this that go more in depth about certain things that have happened, but I thought this one I would just kind of gloss over my week, and we'll start right at the top. If you read the description of my "So We're Dating" video, you probably have seen this coming, but we're not dating anymore. So what had happened is Sunday night, I get a text. So we hooked up on Thursday, but then Sunday night, so like 3 days later, 4 days later, I get a text saying, "Hey, I don't think we should be together." Or she was basically implying she didn't want to see. She didn't want to say it, but I could tell from the way she was talking. And one of the things that she said was, "You're too faithful," which in my head immediately was like, what do you mean? Because although I am Catholic, I don't really go around, parading my religion or talking about it that much. Even I do a lot of it in secret, like, I feel like most people, and what it even says in the Bible. And so I thought it was just a little weird. And thinking about it now and giving it some time, I think that's okay that we're not going to be dating. Will it ever come into fruition? I don't think so. She's got a lot on her plate right now. And personally, for me, once that we kind of break off from each other from like an initial like 3 days thing, I'm a little bit hesitant to actually get back with someone because you've already kind of ruined the momentum or pacing, I believe, of a relationship. You've just kind of made it off to a weird start. You kind of get off on the wrong foot. So yeah, I'm still a single Pringle out there, and I believe I'm cursed. I have reasoning, and that is because I have not had a relationship ever last longer than I want to say 3 weeks, maybe max a month. Now, yes, when I was younger, a lot of the reasons why I got out of relationships were either because there was clearly just like, I recall one time there was a girl who said, "Oh, let's go to the movies." I said, "Okay, which one?" She said, "Okay, go to this one." So I was driving there. In the middle of me driving there, she texts, "Oh, let's go to this one." I said, "No." Because once you make a plan, you stick with it. You don't just keep going off the cuff during it after you've already called the shots. And another one was because I got bored. It was a stupid reason to break up. And literally the next year, because it was right when COVID hit, when we came back to school, I like regretted my decision. I was like, that was stupid. And with my most recent actual relationship that was in this fall, the reason we broke up is she just didn't see us romantically. Now, as much as I want to toss and turn sometimes about what does she really mean by that, I just tend not to dig too far deep into it. Personally, for me, I was in that state that I was in the last relationship where I just kind of got bored. So to me, it didn't really matter. But during that time, I actually was trying to hold on because I knew that if I waited, maybe my feelings would, come back and be a little bit more stable after that honeymoon phase. And that's kind of what I expect now from relationships is I'll enter them, I'll have this kind of honeymoon phase, and I expect myself to kind of get bored. And that's when I just have to let time take its course and be patient with it. Again, another Lent thing, be patient with it. It's crazy how many of my videos I relate to being patient. But once I get over that initial slump, is what I call it, then I can finally actually start truly building that relationship on a more stable ground, I feel like. Now that I'm a free agent, if you will, there's currently no one that I'm seeing. No one I'm really interested in. I'm almost graduating, and I'm about to go get my master's degree. So once I get settled in that aspect of my life, I think then I can maybe start looking at the dating market again. And it'll be interesting because I'll be a little bit closer to my sister and will probably hang out quite a bit. And she's very outgoing. She's always like, oh my gosh, there's this girl you should meet. She's just like you. And for me, that immediately turns me off because I'm like, okay, this is going to be boring. Neither of us are going to talk to each other. If she's exactly like me, she's nervous about talking to someone else new. So, yeah, that's life is, life. We just got to let time do its course. I know it's going to seem like a very long time before I actually get into another relationship. And that's kind of what I expect with how I'm living by just doing school and then going home to play video games and relax for the rest of my day and then go to sleep. But I don't think it's quite impossible. There are people, and I do think of, it's interesting. I think of the idea of what a girlfriend I possibly would like or enjoy having. Like, I'll be singing in the car, driving to my parents' house, and I'll imagine that someone's my passenger princess. And I'll imagine that, she's singing along or she's just listening to me, sing my absolute heart out with some of these songs. And it's something that I hope one day will become an actual thing where someone is actually sitting in that chair. But for now, I'm pretty all right not having it or having someone in my life. So, yeah. What can I say? I don't know. Can you guys tell I watch Jinxie every now and then? I'm so late to the game on that. It's funny. My brothers watched him when he was like popping off on TikTok and stuff, but I didn't use TikTok that much. But as soon as I started getting him on YouTube and after the hype died down, I was like, okay, let's see what this guy's like. Oh my gosh, I freaking love Jinxie. He's so cool. I want to meet him one day and go out for like lunch where we can both talk about our games. Because I know he's passionate about Siege and I'm passionate about Apex. So it'd be interesting to see the kind of conversations we would have. And if I ever were to have a day or the time, I would definitely try and do a copper to champion where he like teaches me, like we duo queue and he teaches basically someone that's got a basic understanding of the game and tries to get them to champion, and then I'll try and do the same with Apex. The only issue with Apex, I feel like compared to Siege is very strategic, and once you get the strategy down, you have the team and whatnot, and although we're duo queuing, we don't have a full team, it's a matter of winning the game. Whereas Apex, to get Apex Predator, it's a complete grind and a huge time commitment, because at least for me, when I played it seriously, I would spend multiple hours playing it. And I get that Jinxie does that basically for a living now, as he plays a lot of R6, he does collaborations and whatnot. But I do think that it would be maybe a little bit more than he thought it would be for grinding, because in Apex a lot of people try hard it very hard in the scene. And I get people do it in Siege too, but I feel like when you have a full stack and you're only going up against one team instead of 19, it's a little bit more manageable on how you can control the different variables. So, I don't know, just a food for thought. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, A-Town. If you know what that song is, congratulations, you deserve a veteran's discount.